We like to play fun games at Hot 107.9. We usually play like Hot or Not, but I just wanted to ask you some really random questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
That way we can get to know you a little bit better.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you have a couple tattoos.
I do. 5.
5. What
Yeah.
is your favorite one that you have?
Probably the first one I got.
I didn't mean to make him undress.
It's the iPod Play. Actually, I don't know. They all like my dad's signature is on my arm, which is like really meaningful. So I guess that. But then I got this with all my band members. It's a globe because we travel together. So they all mean like
really
a lot.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not the
These are
type of person to like go in and be like, I want that dragon. Like
everything. The back dragon, like the big guy?
Yeah, like everything has to have like a lot of meaning. This is Palm Tree because Palm Boulevard, the street I grew up on.
That's my grandmother's handwriting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that
That's
dope?
awesome. Yeah. That's
So
super
mine
cool.
all have meaning too, except for the one behind my ear, which is stars. I just got
Just make something up then.
It's cool. It was cool. It was all right. So what do you think about tattoos on the opposite sex? Are they attractive or no?
I think tattoos are attractive on anybody, just depending on where it is
There's
or
no
what they
dragon
get.
tattoos.
No dragon, unless a dragon is meaningful to you. If you had like a pet dragon that died and you're like mourning it, then go get a dragon. But but I mean, I'm definitely not like the biggest fan of like too many.
Yeah.
Too many. So I don't know. Like looking at me right now, you probably can't even see any tattoos. But like there's some times where you can see like a bunch. So well, now you can.
I know all mine are hidden. Like I said, I've got some behind my ears and one on each wrist, so that way people don't look at you and think you're like unprofessional.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the music industry, so I've committed myself. So
who cares?
I could get sleeves, and I'm never going back to like a 9-to-5 job.
No.
I know that for sure. So
No.
Yeah.
What is your favorite show to binge watch right now?
Right now, it's probably Entourage. I've watched the whole series, but I just love watching it.
Okay.
And it takes place in LA, and I live in LA, and every single episode, I'm like, I know exactly where they are. I know where they're eating. I know like where they're filming the shots. So it's just like funny to rewatch it now that I live in LA. I also love The Office. My sister turned me on to The Office. I like Ozark. Have you ever heard of Ozark?
Travis.
That's the one.
Travis is obsessed with
That's the one.
Ozark.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Do you guys watch Ozark?
You have to.
So good.
It's about drugs and money and bad and
It's about like
pretty
it's
awesome.
about like a normal family with like young kids, and they're all like money laundering for the Mexican cartel, and like they're killing people like as a family. It's really fun. It's
pretty
awesome.
good. It's pretty good. Nice catch there, by the way.
I was gonna say it was funny, but
It sounded something else. It's cool though. It's okay. We're not live on air.
no, I did stop on the F. I had to stop right on it.
So what is the weirdest DM you've ever gotten?
Oh,
you are an
man.
attractive fella, so
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you get some weird stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Just weird pictures from guys, girls, everybody. A lot of people who like offer me money for weird things. So like people with weird fetishes. Like there was one guy who like every day for like years, as far back as you could scroll, he just copy pasted the same message as like he wanted me to like come to where he was and like step on his stomach with like Nikes, like Air Jordans, and he would pay me to do it.
Where could I get that job?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I mean, it's not
that bad.
weird, but it's also kind of
How much
weird,
money are we
but,
talking?
Yeah, how much?
What kind of shoes? Like, can I keep them afterwards? No, I don't know.
But
I've seen a
that
lot of
is
weird
pretty
stuff.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure like you are worried when you open your DM sometimes. Like, whoa.
Yeah, it definitely catches me off guard, but I don't know. Can't really worry about that. There's some weird people in the world. Stay away from them.
The coolest person you've ever met.
The coolest person. What'd you say?
Me, right?
Definitely. I was thinking that. I was gonna say you. I think back in the day when I first started, I shared I did a show with Asher Roth, and like, back then he was like my favorite, and like one of the reasons that I started rapping, and it was like. It wasn't too far after I Love College came out, but it was still like around that time period where everybody knew him and that song. And we were sharing a green room, and I thought that like being backstage would be like a bunch of like girls and alcohol and
Party.
yeah, because I was like 19, and so I didn't know what to expect. And like he was just back there by himself with like all he had on his rider was like a can of tennis balls, and he was just sitting throwing a ball up against the wall until it was his turn to go on. And he was just like talking to me really like. Yeah, it was just like really cool and like super down to earth, and I'm like, that is exactly like the kind of impression I want to leave on other people.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know at one point you opened up for Mac Miller.
I did.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
He was also one of my, like, Asher Roth and Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Like, I love those guys. Huge Mac Miller fan.
Yeah.
How was
He's
it
probably one of my
meeting him?
top like 3 musicians now.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks that has to happen for
Yeah.
you to appreciate it. But like when I hear his music now, I definitely, as I'm sure everybody does, I feel differently. Like
Yeah.
just like hearing like the joy in his voice, like I could turn on any Mac Miller song and like feel like instant happiness.
Yeah.
But opening for him was wild because he was literally the reason that I started rapping and started making music. Like I was like 18 years old. Yeah, I was 18 years old. We're both white. We're both Jewish. We're like, I just kind of related to him.
Yeah.
And he was rapping, and that's how I started. I was like, if he can do it, I'm gonna try. And so when I opened for him, that was kind of like my first big like milestone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome. So
Yeah.
I just want to know how cool he was.
He was really cool.
So since it's Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
what's the most romantic thing you've done for a girlfriend?
There was one time where we were in New York, and I surprised her with like a dinner cruise around the Statue of Liberty, and then I gave her Katy Perry tickets on the boat.
She probably squealed. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then since we're all in here and the majority of us are women, we probably want to know, do you have a Valentine this year?
I don't.
Yeah, you do. You just said it was me.
It's
Oh,
her.
it's Gabby.
It's her. That's your dad behind you?
No, that's my grandpa. You've met him before.
Okay. Well, I
She
didn't want
said-
to. I didn't know. I didn't. Okay. Sorry.
You can't go back now.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
She's right there. Valentine.
Well, I also have a couple of things for you. One, I heard. Can you hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm twice as loud.
So I heard that you know how to solve one of these. And I heard you can do it in under 2 minutes. Is that right?
I don't know if I can still do it under 2 minutes. Damn, now you're pressuring me. Because sometimes I can't do it, but I'll get pretty far.
Well,
You
can
want me
you-
to do this right now?
Yeah.
With everybody watching. Oh my God.
I can't do it, like, at all.
You guys talk about something.
Play some music.
Actually talk about something. It's good. Ask them questions.
Okay, is there any questions that you want to ask
I'll try to answer some questions.
while he's doing his little doober?
Yeah. What happened to that collab with the other Jewish white rapper Hoodie Allen? You know, we love him.
That'll happen one day.
Wait.
That'll happen one day. I love Hoodie.
I love
don't know.
him
We just
too.
need to figure out the right time. He's in New York and I'm in LA and I'm doing this without looking because I'm not cool.
He's getting further than I got, so it's something.
It'll happen. We talked about it.
I know.
It needs to be the right song.
I just need it to happen.
All right.
And then anybody else have another question?
Yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a question but props for kicking ass on Fear Factor.
Oh, thank you. Dude, where's Scott? Scott was my partner back then.
Right.
Scott did even better than me. There was a part where we had to he had to like
The water.
yeah he had to chew up a whole thing of like cow eyeballs and yeah, and he had to chew it up into like a liquid concoction that I had to drink. But I think that he had the harder job. I couldn't have chomped on those things.
Yeah, but did you actually swallow it?
You had to. They
Yeah.
beat the Jackass guys, but I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, how did you beat them?
Those were awesome. I got the first 2 layers, by the way.
We love that.
I'm pretty impressed because.
This is where I mess up. This is where
All right, next question.
I really need to concentrate.
Yeah.
So for tour, are you just being like Walter and Kenneth, or are you having like a guitarist?
I'm the guitarist now. I don't know. Yeah, I play guitar. I'm gonna be playing a lot more instruments on stage, so it's just gonna be the 3 of us on stage, though. Yeah.
Cool. I missed
You're doing pretty good.
My guitar player is now in Panic at the Disco, so props to him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. Robbie knows my obsession with Panic at the Disco. He told me one time that my glasses were really cool. So we're like besties now.
Really close. Hold on.
I know, look at you go. I'm super impressed because
I know.
he said he was a little rusty, okay?
Oh no, this is where I mess up. Hey, Rob. I think I messed up.
It's okay. You got farther than I could, and I think it's pretty awesome.
All right, well, I'm gonna solve it backstage, just so that no one thinks I'm a liar.
You have to post a picture with it.
I will.
Finished.
Well, and then the other thing I brought is this old photo
Oh my
from
God. Yes.
Social Music Fest.
Were you guys there?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that's the first time we had you here, and look how little.
Look how little you both are.
That's pretty crazy. Wow, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Wow, that was like 5 years ago.
I know, we all look so baby.
No, that was like 7 years ago, man.
Really?
2013, when was that?
6 years.
6
6
years
years.
ago?
Yeah.
With Emblem 3?
Emblem 3 and Sammy Adams.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sammy
oh my God.
Adams.
Wow.
Yeah, he was there.
Good
It was a
times.
pretty good time.
Good
So
times.
yeah, that's about all I have for you.
I'm gonna solve this in
You're
like
really
5 minutes.
close.
I can't do it ever watching it. It's freaking out.
Stage fright.
Yeah, just a
Perform
little
in front
bit.
of everyone.
Yeah, I know, but I can't do this.
Well,
It's making me more nervous than any performance I've ever done.
like that's why I said when you tried to look under the shirt earlier, I was like, don't,
Yeah,
because then we'll
I
throw the
almost-
whole
I
thing
almost blew
away.
the surprise.
He did. He almost
Okay.
blew it.
Well, I'm gonna keep going, just so we can like.
But yeah, we're gonna do pictures and meet and greets, and you guys can bring up your Valentines for him, which I made one too.
Aww. You are dynamite.
See, corny,
Very clever.
super corny.